before the bags even are hit the market, and it's like, what do you want? Mind you, my new person, Jameek, not as good as Nikki. I gotta be honest with you, you know. Although the thing is, it really annoys me. Like, there's a certain style of bag I like. Like, I like the on the go. Look up the Louis Vuitton on the go if you don't know it. That I like. I get that in like every incarnation, every season. And I love the zippy wallet. Those are my two favorites. Then you get calls from this Nikki. What about this? What about that? Girl, these things aren't even like, when have I ever bought a bag that looks like this? I get it. You want to make a commission, but just, you know what I want. You know what I want. There was one bag, a Louis Vuitton shopper bag, where I explained to my person, we're going to part ways and we will never speak again if you can't get this for me. Jennifer Tilly probably gets whatever she wants, but you know, when there's some of these things are so limited. They make like three of them. There was this one bag that was coming out, and I'm like, if you can't get, because oh, we don't know, da, da, da. Okay, whatever. If you can't get this for me, we're done. We'll never speak again. And I got it. Anyway, enough about me. Nobody gives a fuck. Erika, basically is just Jennifer Tilly is very, very impressed that Erika knows everything. She knows about this, she knows about that. I also, does anyone catch that Jennifer Tilly's like, there I am with my, bracelet. God only knows how much this cost. And I'm picturing like if I was like a trophy wife in Texas, and this would be like the bracelet I would wear. And I was very impressed that Erika knew the designer. She knows that designer. She doesn't even know the fucking designer of her own dress. But it's really funny because when Catherine Edwards was here one of the times, we talked about like Erica's next. At one point, we said Erica's next guy should be a Russian billionaire, but then we said, like Catherine said, it should be some like outspoken, rough around the edges, like, hey, little missus, like guy from Texas, like an oil guy that has a ton of money. I think I added the hey, little missus, and Catherine was like, I could totally see it. And we went down this road. I don't know what episode this was. We had Erica with this like guy from Texas that makes a lot of money, and she'd be like a Texas trophy wife. And it's so funny that that's the bracelet that she knows. I got to tell Catherine. I texted Catherine last week. Or she texted me. I texted her back. We talked about the first part of the reunion. Catherine is doing well. We need her back on, I know. Jennifer Tilly just lets us know that she's really rich. And I love that Andy says, before any of you get any ideas, all of her jewels are in a safety deposit box. Know your place, people. Anyway, there you go. Jennifer Tilly is she apologizes to Dorit and says, apologizes to everyone. Dorit really brought her right in the mix. And she's like, yeah, Jennifer Tilly, this is Housewives and this is how it works, girl. And nobody is immune to this stuff. Kathy Hilton, wow, she asks Garcelle, is she on her anxiety meds? Kathy Hilton walks in. We start talking about she was fashion roadkill. She was talking to Mrs. Jane. Well, we learn that's Mrs. Girardi, and she's like Mrs. Jane. Well, they're neither. It's a stage name. Kathy is very, very confused. A stage name? Should Paris start having a stage name when she hits the stage to perform her music? We learned that Erika's name is Erika Nay, is her middle name. Now, why did you become Erika Jane and not Erika Nay? It kind of works, Erika Nay. It kind of works if you think about it. Sutton fainted at the last reunion. Well, she will not get out of it. We will revisit this. Thank you, Andy Cohen. And Kathy was very upset with Sutton last year. Ooh, girl. And when Kathy's upset with you, she calls, let's not forget, the girl you guys hate, the most hated, I think probably the most hated Beverly Hills housewife in history is probably Lisa Rinna. Probably more than even Diana Jenkins. You guys hate that Rinna. Well, let's not forget that Rinna said that Kathy was driving on down a Sprinter van in Aspen. So when we hear that she called up Sutton very upset, we can picture it, right? Like we can picture this. So anyway, Everyone apologized to everyone, and now they're friends. And Kathy's Chinese. Someone looked it up on a phone, and Kyle is very confused. And she says, "Well, I meant this as a compliment that PK looked 56 all those years ago." And well, Mo just looks like your father, Maurice. I love that she calls him Maurice, right? Anyway, there you go. And he looks sophisticated, but now he lost the weight. He looks better. Kathy's aging backwards. She has all the products. And Erika said that Garcelle and Sutton stuck up to Kathy, and Garcelle was very, very upset. Sutton said, "It's just my friend. I don't suck up to her. I'm too busy sucking up to Kyle Richards. I don't have an accent just like Morgan Wade, but I got an accent 'cause I'm from the down south." Now, by the way, they ask about Kim, and Andy's like, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this about Kim, I heard that Kim is in Florida. By the way, you heard that Kim is in Florida from this very podcast. FYI, I'm the one that had the run-in with Kim earlier this year, right? In January. And I loved Kim. And she told me this and that in Florida and her friend. And I'm like, sounds like you're living in Florida. This doesn't sound like you're just visiting. And then she admitted to me that she lived in Florida. And well, I came back here and I figured, who's listening? Who is really listening to Behind the Velvet Rope? Millions of you listen, but sometimes I forget that because I sit in the comfort of my own home, except for when I have to go to the studio. And I said, well, I ran into Kim and she says she's living in Florida. And I just figured you would listen and you would say, that's very interesting, David. Well, it actually made the press. And then it was all over that Kim lives in Florida. And now Andy is saying that I heard she's living in Florida. Well, that is because of me. It's not kind of because of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. It's not maybe because of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. It's 100% because of the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. Guess what? I'm secure. I don't need credit. I actually, truly, from the bottom of my heart, don't care. Credit's always nice. I just care that you guys fucking listen. Really, truly, that's all I care about. Okay. So, but let's just be very clear. Kim living in Florida, Andy heard that. You heard it from me, sweetheart, darling Cone. Are there any gay men in New York that truly have met Andy that have something great to say about him? I don't know. Slip into the DMs. I don't know about that. Anyway, that's why. And they say that Kim is doing better. She's doing better than the last time she was in the press. Doesn't really sound like she's doing so great from that interaction. Granted, there are sisters. I don't expect them to, rat out their own sister. So now we get into the end and the takedown. Sutton, I also love that these classy ladies, they all are like, fuck this and fuck that. I don't know what was in the water at Amity Regional High School, but Dorit and I both seem to have disgusting foul mouths. But now we have Sutton and we're doing a montage, and Sutton is like, what do you fucking want from me? We all know Dorit loves the C word and this and that, and Sutton versus Dorit comes back to this when Sutton interrupted her talking about Jagger and the production told her, and Andy's like, well, maybe you should have said this is a very tense thing and a bad moment. Okay. Well, Sutton says whatever, and she's like, well, I didn't know how to interrupt, and Dorit is like, I thought you were Miss Manners. I thought you know everything. I thought you have Southern, you're on boards and charities. And Dorit, then we get into my favorite part that we started with. You're so vicious. Where is that woman with the beady eyes all season that hid behind confessional